In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use text input to get input from a user using text field and a button. All right, so text input is the import. I'm just in a very basic project here, very like template that you would get when you create a starter project. And I'm in the app.js, and I'm just going to import. I'm sorry, not text field, but text input and a button. And so to use this, text input is a self-containing component. So you just close it like that. There's no end tag. And let's add some, let's add a placeholder. And we'll just say enter item. And there it is. And so we can't really see this text field, so I'm going to add a little styling, and I will share this code with you. But this basically just adds a border. We add it to the bottom, just give it a width of thickness of 2 and a little padding, and there we go. So there we have, it looks a little nicer. All right, so we have our placeholder, which will disappear as we start typing, which is nice. And so let's also add our button, and we'll add it right below here, and we'll give that a title. We'll say add item, and this is also a self-closing tag, so there we go. So all right, so this is how this works. Now if we're going to need to create a couple state variables to keep track of a few things. I want to keep track of what I'm actually typing, and then once I hit submit, I want to grab what I typed and kind of save that so I can display that to the screen. And so I have, I'm going to need to import use state. All right, so now I can do that. And so I have this output text. This is what I'm actually typing in the box. And then after I hit submit, I'm going to save the text as a full entity. So this is actually as I'm typing character by character. So let's make a little input handler. I'll show you that, the little function here that I'm going to create. And so let's take a look. This is just a function called input handler that's going to take in the text as I'm entering it and save it to our output text state. And so let me show you how you can do that. In your text box here, in your text input, there's a built-in function that you can use called onChangeText. So every time you add or delete a character, this gets called, this little built-in prop, and we're going to say, hey, we're going to call our input handler every time that happens, and by default it will send each character to the to this field here, and so let's even see that if we put our state right here of output text, we should be able to see it as we type, which is pretty cool, right? And so every character that we type is being sent here and updated to our output text, and then we're just kind of outputting it right here so we can see it. So now let's talk about saving this part. And so I want to create an on press with our button, and I'm going to say on press equals, and we're going to we'll call this add item handler, so that each item that we enter gets called. So now that's giving me an error because we haven't created that yet, but let's I'll show you. I already have this code that I will of course share with you. So add item handler is going to call here, and it's going to set our submitted text, but then we're also going make our output text equal to empty text, so that this then, so here I'll show you what happens if I don't do that. So I'm going to say hello and press enter. And so if I don't do that, hello stays there. So if I do this, I'll type it again. Hello to, oh, actually that should, oh, you know why? Because I need to update my text input field here and add a value. And so the value of this is going to equal my output text. So what that will do is allow me to, when I set it to empty quotes, it will empty out this. Let's try it one more time. Hello. There you go. So now it's removed because the value of this field is equal to our output text, which at this point is equal to just empty quotes. And so we're back to just seeing our placeholder. Do it again. Perfect. And so the last thing I want to do is right underneath our button, I'm going to create a text, and we're going to say submitted text, and we'll put that right there so that we can actually get that outputted as well. And so now we should have our full hello type there, and then we hit submit, and there it is there. And you could be a form where you're taking an input of the user's name and you display the name, anything. Obviously there could be a backend database that this variable is sent to. So this is very basic, but you can hopefully see the potential of what you could do with this field, with this component of the text input and button combined. That's all for now. I'm going to have a follow-up so that we can, I'll show you using arrays that you can display multiple inputs on the screen. But let me know if you have any questions on this. Thanks.